Jesus.
So are we doing bits that bite?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, without further ado, if you are ready to go.
Let's rock and roll.
All right, here we go. And new WWE champion, Paul Bourgon. Put your hands
The
together for Paul,
beautiful-
everybody.
One of you guys has a crow problem
Our Father, for I have sinned.
on the lips. I can't even make my own stuff funny. How am I going to make your stuff funny? Like, ha!
Never have I ever had sex in a public location.
Been a very
bad
boy.
That'll be 3 Hail Marys and a blowski.
It was intended to be a fart, but it turned out to be more than just a fart.
Music to my non-existent ears, man.
Yeah, bud.
And welcome to episode 23 of the Six Nuts Podcast. I'm your host, Dave, joined by Jordan and Paul. We are three comedians, six nuts. I got something right off the bat, really shocking, scary, and might shut our podcast down forever. You guys want to
Excellent.
hear about it?
Yep.
Excellent. I love that reaction. Excellent. This is episode 23, and I looked up the meaning of the number 23.
All these Jim Carrey movies came back. Eh?
No, it's got nothing to do with Jim Carrey, but it's kind of bad, man. The number 23 represents unlucky, sinister, and strange.
Yes, I've heard that.
So I will be sinister. So we need one of you
I
to
will
be
be
unlucky
strange.
and one to be just strange. strange.
I will
So
be
Jordan,
definitely
you are
strange.
unlucky.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely. So the sinister Dave, welcome to the realm of the Six Nuts Podcast, which I can define now. We have been referred to as a realm.
Are we in a
Which,
realm now?
We
Okay.
are a realm,
Cool.
which is defined as a field or domain of activity or interest, and also can be defined as a kingdom.
Ah, yes.
So welcome to the kingdom.
I'm recently
Well,
watching
that's-
Shogun on Disney Plus, and they mention that realms and kingdoms a lot. So if we're a part of that, then if this one doesn't go right, I'll be committing seppuku. Put it that way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it could be a very interesting show.
Yeah.
Jordan and Paul, we got some things to talk about. We're going to do bits that bite a little bit later. We got a show that I want to talk to you guys or get some feedback that you guys did on the weekend. But before we get to all that, of course, we start every episode with something called
Hold my beer.
Hold My Beer. So, any volunteers for who would like to hold my beer? By the way, for those watching, those millions watching, is a segment where we go around the room and we introduce our beverage of choice for this episode.
Why don't you go first,
Unsponsored.
Dave?
I will go first. Let's see. Since I'm sinister, I'm not going to show a beer, but I'm going to show a King's Lock rum and lime hard seltzer. No sugar added.
Okay.
No sugar added, because the beers I have, the only beer I have left is a sour beer, and I would rather drink my dog's urine.
Yeah.
And I will not do that. So I will pop this open.
Gross.
Oh, yeah. It
Tasty?
It
Hey?
tastes like shit, to be honest with you.
Good.
Tastes like shit because I like rum, but I hate lime. But it's the first thing I grabbed. So I'm giving this a -4 out of 10. It's garbage.
That's
Terrible.
That's
Freaking
not
brutal.
That's not going to get our sponsors. Eh?
I wouldn't want them as a sponsor.
Yeah.
Seriously, man. Tastes
Yeah.
like shit.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
I was supposed to shake it before. I don't know. But
Yeah. Okay.
there you go. So that's my drink. Let's go to Paul because he's holding up a big rig.
So this is a Big Rig. This is a different kind of beer. I didn't even know they had this at Big Rig. It's called Ola. And so it's their version of kind of like a Corona. So it's actually really good. The only thing that sucks about it is that my fridge. There's something wrong with my fridge, and so my fridge isn't really keeping things as cool as they should, which could account for a lot of the stomach infections I've been having with all the chicken I've been eating.
The E. coli. The E. coli.
Yeah, like, what's going on here? Like, what are you eating? A really, really warm chicken.
The impromptu vomiting.
Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty good actually. It's a really good beer. It's their version of a Corona, and it tastes really, really, really good. So
nice.
Yeah, good stuff.
Very nice. And the follow-up belch?
Well, let's keep it PG here,
Oh, come on. There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, that was very, very nice. All right. So, Paul, what do you give that out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd say as far as beer goes, and like, again, I'm not drinking beer for the taste. You know what I mean? It's you don't go to hookers for the conversation. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
I buy Playboy for the articles. I don't know about you
yeah,
guys.
exactly. We could go on and on and on. I give it an 8 out of 10. It's a
very good.
Really decent beer. It's something I would order if, like, when I'm there, I would get it on tap or whatever if they had it. But they got a lot of good beers there. Their food's gone downhill, and I'm proud to say it because they've fucked me enough times that I've said, look, you know what? I'm not going to complain anymore. What I am going to do is I'm going to bring it to my podcast and on stage. I'm going to make it even that much worse for you. Like, how many times do I ask for extra cheese? And they like, you know what? I'm getting into it, and I don't want to. Let's just say this beer is really good. Okay?
Let it out, man. This is a safe space. You got to know this is a safe space, man.
Yeah.
I
hate it when I look at, if you're a business and you serve food and I like that food, you're gonna want to keep me happy. That's a fact. Okay. And when you start screwing with my happiness for petty nickel and dime stuff, it really starts to, I take it personally, and there's only so many ways you can skin a cat, right? And I'm not gonna over and over and over again go to a place that's not, doing what I ask. Like, I'll give you whatever money you want, right? Just give me what I'm asking for. But like, when I give you the money that you're asking for and you're not giving me the product that I'm asking for, something's not being given to something that's been asked for. Do you get it?
Yep.
What are they doing? Are they like giving you the wrong, like giving you salad instead of fries? Or are they just skipping on the cheese?
I like to get a pizza with extra cheese. Okay. And I have to clarify. Now, listen, please, extra cheese. And you know what they said to me? They're like, you got to ask for double cheese. Extra cheese is $4 for extra cheese. To get a medium pizza that's $35 is ridiculous. I don't care who you are. Okay.
What is the difference between extra cheese and double cheese? I don't see.
I'll tell you what. I'm glad you asked, Dave. Real glad you asked.
That's what I do, man. I ask the tough questions, man.
I'm sure, like, when you go to Subway, and there's another thing that gets me. Subway, and you ask for cheese, and they got that little spoon that they put the spoon in, and then they go like that, and then they put that on, and then they go and they grab the other thing, and then they put it, and that's what you get. And you ask for extra cheese, they say, well, we have to charge you. Fine, but like. If you're gonna, like, man, just give me some cheese. Is there a cheese shortage? Right?
Yeah. And
that's the thing, right? You ask for extra cheese, what they do is they probably give the normal amount of cheese, and then extra cheese is like,
yeah,
Yep.
Well, it's actually a good trick to learn to ask for double cheese because they have to put double the cheese on. But like, you want me to pay $8 for extra cheese? Like, I could get 2 bricks of cheese for $8, and it's unfair
chintzy,
to the customer in a way, and it's chintzy, and it's nickel and dimey, and I used to get pizza there once a week, at least once a week, and I'm glad that I'm bringing this out in the open, because I warned them. I warned them about it, and I don't want to be not here to start shit, but they had this coming to them. I've been ordering pizza for them for as long as they've been open up near my place, and I've done nothing but promote them. How often am I promoting their beer?
Every week, man.
Yeah. So listen, as far as the food goes, they need to have a fucking staff meeting about it and say, listen, all right, let's cut the shit and start making the pizza the way people want it, not the way it's going to make us money. And I get costs are going up. I get that all that stuff's happening. It's hard to run a restaurant. Don't own a restaurant then. If you can't make food for people that people like, You know, like come
I
on.
couldn't agree more. And it's like Subway. You brought up Subway. When you ask for olives and they put like 3 olives on
Dude,
the freaking footlong.
They got rid
Like,
of
come
olives.
on, man.
They got rid of green olives at Subway. Like what? Come on, where's Ashton? Am I being punked? Like, where's,
Yeah, I think you are, man.
come on.
I think you
You
are.
got rid of green olives? Like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, I used to get the sub I used to get before was just green olives. I like the pizza sub with double meat. I had just green olives and some chipotle. Get them to heat it up. It's fucking delicious. All right. They got rid of green olives. Like,
Yeah, Subway's gone
Like,
down.
come
And
on.
Tim Hortons is another one.
you know,
Tim's
it's
has
like-
gone in the toilet,
yeah,
man.
Tim Hortons. Come on.
Tim's is a friggin' joke now, man.
They got pretty good donuts, so Jordan, when they're fresh.
There you go, man. Fresh donuts,
Pretty
baby.
good donuts when they're fresh. Though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Yeah.
All right. Are we still doing beer? Yes, we are. Jordan, let's move on to you.
I just want one more thing about Big Rig. Their fucking mac and cheese is disgusting. Okay, don't use Velveeta cheese. Okay, make a fucking cheese sauce. I'm spending $25 for your fucking mac and cheese. Don't get Velveeta. Make us cheese sauce. God damn. Anyways,
We love
Yeah.
you, Big
We're
Rig.
allowed. I think we're allowed to have these. I think we're allowed. It's like a food critic, right?
yeah,
Like food critics do it. Why can't we? And
I
if you've given someone countless chances, like I go in there now, my buddy works there. He's like, Paul, you didn't order pizza, did you? I'm like, you already used that one. You know, like if you like the Velveeta cheese, like Velveeta cheese.
thank you.
Yellow
Why
plastic, man.
don't you stick a big shit in a bowl and throw some macaroni in it? Like,
Probably would have tasted better.
Velveeta.
Big Rig. So
Yuck.
Big Rig is on notice, man.
Big Rig,
Yeah.
you're on notice. Yeah, you're on notice.
Paul's only going to give you 20 more chances, so Big Rig,
That's
you
it.
have been warned.
That's all I got left in me. That's all I got left in me. 20 more chances. But I will say this: I promote their beer. You guys know I promote their beer a lot. I mean, part and parcel of the fact that it's right down the street from my house. It's a lot easier to get it. But I really do actually like their Pilsner. I like their hard root beer. I like their and they just got rid of the hard ginger ale too. Like what? Like my number
Big
2
Rig.
favorite. Yeah, like they're getting rid of things that are good, eh? Oh,
Big Rig. Big
Yeah.
Rig.
yeah, big, small.
Disappointing.
It's turning into small rig.
Yeah. All right. Jordan is already into his drink without even telling us what it is, man.
Sick of
You
us
violated the rules, man.
Well, I was thirsty, and I don't know how to say this without putting on a Sean Connery accent. So I've got Grolsch beer.
Grolsch.
Yeah, Grolsch.
It's true.
Taste Grolsch.
So is that like German? What is it? German, Austrian?
It's a Holland beer.
Yeah.
It's a
Holland, okay.
premium Pilsner. It's okay. It's not gross. It's okay.
Yeah, I can tell by the look on your face. That's about a 3.
Yeah, I'll give him a 5. I'll
Grolsch.
drink
Being
it.
generous.
It's disgusting.
It's
Grolsch.
disgusting indeed. Yeah.
Even the name is disgusting, man.
Yeah,
Grolsch.
Grolsch.
Like molten water, you know?
Well, it's Grolsch. I think it's
Disgusting.
Grolsch.
So
Well,
there we go.
I'll
So out
give
of
you
10,
my
you gave it a 5, right?
yeah, and you know what? Because it was a rough day, I'll give it a 6 instead. Okay, because it's going down a little easier than it should. We'll bump it up to a 6.
There you go.
All right. We'll go to a 5.8 or something. Like it doesn't have to be a round number.
But yeah, you watching too much of the Olympics, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, sir.
Hey, is anybody else sick and tired of pictures of that guy from Turkey like this?
Oh, fucking badass though.
Like,
That
is
guy's
anybody-
the coolest guy on the planet, man.
What a coolest guy. He plays second. He plays second.
He's almost
Yeah.
as cool as our
Low
hammer throw
key.
guy. Did you guys see the hammer throw guy?
Yeah,
I saw
That guy looks like a party animal, man.
How about these games? How about these events not progressing at all? Like what? Like are they're gonna cut people's heads off and throw them on stakes if they don't win? Like these ancient games that they're playing mixed with like somebody's telling me there's these new games that, like there's actually like dancing. There's a dance.
There's a breaking. It's called
Yeah.
breaking. It's breakdancing.
Yeah, breakdancing. Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's an Olympic sport.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. and the hammer throw and shot put are still one. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Well, the breakdancing, you got to show up with your own piece of cardboard. You just lay it down.
yeah.
It's like a flattened box. And you lay it down and dance on it. It's
Here comes-
outstanding, man.
here comes Jerome with his box from U-Haul.
yeah, really.
Exactly.
I'd love to just
difficulty
hear the
on the-
music that like all the other countries dance to, though. Is it all like like is it all
I've never
the same,
watched
like,
it. Never watched it.
Yeah, I've never
I just know
watched
that
it.
Luigi's
watched
got a shot at the medal.
I watched the women's gymnastics because my niece is a gymnast, and that should be an Olympic sport. These people are fucking like cyborgs.
Yeah.
Like,
Gymnastics is in the Olympics. man.
it's insanity. It's insanity.
You know what sport they got to get rid of is that speed walking.
Yeah.
Oh my
Any
God.
sport that I can do should not be in the Olympics. Like
It's-
I
speed
it's a-
can't do it sitting
Get
down,
outta
but
here,
yeah,
man.
that is terrible.
that sport is garbage.
Yeah.
It's a fact they wear these like tiny little shorts, and there's nothing to them. So all you see is a bunch of dudes in their little schmeckles going like this.
Yeah.
You
it's
cannot
true.
you cannot be an alpha male and be in that sport. You just can't.
Nah.
It's impossible.
Those are childbearing hips when they walk.
Yeah, like they're not allowed to like bend their knees or something like that. Like
So they have to have one foot on the ground at all time.
Oh my God. it's
So like
bad.
you can't like when you start running, there's a point where both feet are off the ground.
So I'm just sick and tired of the Olympics it's being crucified for every single thing, like that transgendered female or that man that's really a woman that boxed the woman that gave up. You know what I mean? Like that. All
And
the controversy behind that. Hey,
It wasn't a man.
look,
It wasn't a man. She's a woman.
she's a woman, but like she's
Yeah.
born with male. Like, what is it?
Testosterone levels are higher than
That's all it is. That's
That's
all
it. That's
Okay,
it. And they
well,
blew
then-
it out of proportion.
Then you know what? Hey, like it's a dog eat dog world out there, sister. You know,
Yeah, if you can't take it, man. If you can't take a punch.
I
Get outta
do have a bit of an issue though with people who are like born men and they transition to female and then fight combat sports against female. Like you got to come on, like you got to draw the line there. Like
Oh,
I get in your
totally, man.
head, whatever, that's fine, but you can't.
You mean like
Brock
Leah
Lesnar
Thomas?
one day was like, you know what? I really like Sex in the City, and next thing you know, he went and he add himself into like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, South Park did an episode of that actually where there was this independent woman that was competing in a sport, and then Macho Man Randy Savage came in and identified as a woman and was transitioning. But it
Yeah.
was Randy Savage, like it was like he was like, "Oh yeah," the whole time. But I'm a woman. Oh yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
there's no insensitivity here from any of us. We are like, be whoever you want to be, do whatever you want to do, but not. There's some things you can't, you shouldn't be able to do. Like you can be like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just, it wouldn't be fair if you were born, like with the physical attributes of a man and you entered into a female's sport. You know what I mean?
You mean like
Yeah,
Leah
I think
Thomas
it's,
a couple of years ago, who was the 500th ranked swimmer in the men's, transitioned. The guy's 6'4", and he just destroyed the field in swimming.
Of course he did, man. Like of course.
Give me a friggin' break, man.
I always had a good. I don't know if I've said this before, but a really good idea for like a movie would be like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing, where it's the men against the women. Like the men fight against the women. The women are find that they no longer need men to reproduce, and the men are pissed off at the women. And then there's like sort of like a war ensues between men and women. And like you'd think that it would be one-sided, where the men would just absolutely ragdoll women, but women are cunning and they're smart and they can control us, eh? Like women can make men like put them on like a puppet on a string. So it'd be an interesting kind of movie to see.
They would guilt you into the loss.
Well, you'd think that men would just be like, but like no,
Yeah.
women would find a way to fucking trick us, and
They were so easily manipulated.
oh yeah, man, women can do whatever they want with us. We're like putty. Well, the right woman can, yeah. Anyway,
What about beach volleyball? You guys watching any of the beach volleyball?
I may have watched one or two of them.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of matches. The doubles.
Those men can really play.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. They sure can.
It is actually pretty cool though, beach volleyball. It's fun to play, and it's when you see it at a level like that, like two people absolutely smashing a volleyball down and then returning it. Like I don't know if you guys ever played volleyball, but like it's difficult to
Absolutely.
see that thing when someone spikes it.
I played indoor volleyball actually in the wintertime with some buddies, and I played it in high school a lot, and I hadn't played since then, so I was kind of like shaking the rust off. And my one buddy went to spike the ball, and totally was afraid that I was gonna get spiked in the face. And I just put one hand up and looked away, and just casually like blocked him and got the point. And it looked badass, but 100% I was chickening out. I was a little pussy, and I was like,
because it's a light ball. Like no matter how you could put that thing into like a fucking cannon and shoot it, and you can stop it with your hand, and it's like it's true. If you when you block a shot, it does look badass.
Yeah, but the ball's hard enough that it hits you in the face, and you're
it's gonna hurt.
Major damage, man.
Yeah.
But one sport in high school, I made the the badminton team.
Dude,
it's actually a really cool sport, man. Badminton's actually a really cool and fun sport, and I will defend it all the way to my grave.
Dave, I went to OFSA. I almost went to OFSA for badminton, but I lost to an Asian guy. He kicked the shit out of me. This is before Asians. This is before people knew that Asians were good at these sports, right? I had my clock cleaned. I'm like, look, I'm in, man. I'm going OFSA. It was like 20 to fucking 3.
Yeah, badminton's fun. It's a good sport.
I love badminton.
Yeah, it's a good sport.
Is that in the Olympics?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sure is, man.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I would have made the Olympics, but was a little short on the skill.
I watched a badminton clip the other day, doubles, and like, holy shit, man.
Fucking rallies go on forever, man.
It's unreal how fast this thing's moving through the air. And that they're getting it each time that they're, you know what I mean? They're receiving. Sometimes like behind the back, they're doing it, and it's unbelievable, man.
Yeah,
the
they're
skill of these things,
talented.
like ping pong, tennis, all these sports are really starting to like even hockey. You know what I mean? Like you compare hockey now, like hockey players now to hockey players 15 years ago. Like the speed of the game, how much it's changed. It's just in that sense, it's like, holy Christ, look at these kids move, you know?
When my kid was younger, he was like maybe like 4 or 5. We took him to Scotiabank Place they had every once a year they do a family skate. So I was on the ice with him, and Sean Donovan shows up with his kid and his wife. And then Sean Donovan decides to go for a skate, and he was moving. The way he was moving, it was incredible to be on the ice with how fast the guy was moving. It was unbelievable. And he was probably going half speed. But the speed this guy had, he was like skating with the wind.
Like, you know, when
you
you go to like the games and you watch them warm up before like, and they're got the helmets off and they're just taking casual slap shots. But just watching the speed at like, you know, how fast that puck's moving. You know what I mean? It's like, holy frick.
When they pass from D to D,
and
that's about as hard as my slap shot, honest to God.
Yeah.
Seriously, Matt, that pass is going across so hard. That's probably harder than most of our slap shots.
Yeah. Come on.
Unreal.
Can barely skate.
You know what? This is not a sports podcast. This is a comedy. I want to get to a show that you guys did. Because it's fun to talk about sports, but let's talk about a show called Boots. Was it Boots or Farts?
Boots and Farts. Yeah.
Boots and Farts. So happened last Saturday at Cultures Comedy Club, man.
Yeah.
How did the show go?
It happened.
It was good.
What happened? Well, that's good.
I mean, ticket sales weren't where we wanted to be, but I was saying to actually Paul beforehand, I'm like, man, I've been feeling off for like past week or so, and I don't know, I needed to perform that night. That was just kind of like I needed to escape a little bit, and it was kind of a nervous crowd, I'll say. There was remember the birthday party, but the crowd was nervous. Like you had somebody make a laugh, and then they were apologizing for laughing, and
Nicky Mark was saying that. He was saying,
well, that's weird.
Somebody apologized. Okay. Somebody laughed. But was like, "Oh, so sorry." And he's like,
seriously? Oh my God!
Just because they were so quiet, but he made one person laugh really hard. And anyways,
oh my God!
Every fucking time, and it's like, no, this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh my God!
Right.
Yeah, but it was a good show. I mean, I thought it was fun. I mean, for going bullet, I thought I got a couple laughs out of the crowd. Like, so
you did.
It was good, man. It was, they can't all be friggin' home runs, Like
No.
I said, people like the last show we had up in Toronto, a bunch of people cancel. Like that to me is the thing that sort of takes the wind out of my sails the most, is when you're hoping for people to come and they're like, I get it. People like, look what happened to us, on Saturday. People say they're going to be there and they don't show up. It's
it sucks.
It sucks, man. You know what I mean? It's my mom keeps saying, pass that along to Dave and Jordan about dependability. Like it's true, right? Like,
what does that mean? Dependability.
Dependability. It sucks when people aren't dependable, and you can't rely on. They tell you you're going to do something, and I get things happen sometimes, but when it's out of just like selfishness, you know what I mean? Like that's when it starts to become a bit of a problem. And and again, people have things going on and people have lives, but
and it's summer too, right? Like summer weekends, people get away.
It's a long weekend as well, right? So all these
that's true.
Take into consideration and not want to just assault people for it, but for the comedians though who are expecting that kind of crowd, kind of sucks for us. You know what I mean? Like we're like, fuck, we're like, oh,
last week of July and first week of August are like the most popular vacation.
Well, look at you. You've been on a bunch of vacations, so there you go.
I know. I'm really I'm fucking tired of it, to be honest with you, man. I got Victoria now for like 9 days. I'm like, I just want to get back to doing comedy. Like, enough with the vacations already. Like, okay, like, we've had some fun. Like, can we? Anyway, enough said. But Jordan, I think you wanted to say something.
I was gonna say we had like 10 people who didn't show up that were on the list to show up for that show. So just that alone, I want to say that was 20% of the room that would have.
That's too bad, man.
Yeah.
So that's.
I mean, it's not your fault, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, because like it's prime vacation season.
Yeah, really. I mean, it is what it is. We try to work with it, right? It's the part of the business, but
like Jordan. Sorry to cut you off, man, but like the Battle of Ontario, right? I had like 6 or 7 people that were gonna come, and then like the day before, they messaged and said, "Oh, sorry, I forgot that Bill Burr's in town." And I read the message. I'm like,
"Oh, was he?"
No, Bill Burr's in London, but like,
don't
give me that shit that you forgot Bill Burr's in town. Just say Bill Burr's in town. We're deciding to go to that instead. Like, come on,
You're not as good as Bill Burr.
And I get it. You want to see Paul Borgon or Bill Burr? It's fine. You'd think that they'd choose Paul because I'm their friend. Then they said they were going to come, and I relied on them. And I vocalized it to them, like, guys, like, I'm relying on you. Like, make sure you're there, right? Like, oh, no, I already got tickets and all that shit. And, the last minute, like, God, I can't make it there, like something came up, or last minute family emergency, there's another, whatever it is, like, just, I would much rather you say, if you said to me, hey man, I'm not coming because I just don't feel like it, I would be like, okay, like,
cool,
okay, thank you for your honesty, but like, your excuse better come with a friggin' like an index of lies that tie it in to make me believe that you are not bullshitting me right now, because,
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I hear you. But anyway, I'm glad that you guys felt good about your sets. And it's funny because when you go on vacation for too long, like, you get out of the mode, like you get into a different headspace where you're not in the comedy headspace, and it really,
hell yeah,
I hate it. Like, I hate it because it's hard to get back into it. Right. Because I mean, I got like 4 days and then we're off to Victoria again. So like, anyway.
Did you find any open mics in Victoria, Dave?
There is one but it's 3-minute spot. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to drag my friends to a 3-minute spot and make them sit through, a bunch of other comics. Anyway, I might do it. We'll see.
What do you do in 3 minutes other than have sex?
No idea.
Make an egg. Yeah, like
I can have sex twice in 3 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
But really though, like,
bragging,
a 3-minute bit is so. How many comedians do they have up that night? Like 40?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Ridiculous. Yeah. I remember David Drake was telling us about that. Like, he was started off doing 3-minute bits. Like,
yeah.
New York,
Why-
man. It's like that in New York. You got 3 minutes, 2 minute sets, and you gotta make something out of
2
it.
minutes. That's bizarre, man.
you-
That's like
I get a hi, I'm Jordan. Done. Okay, get
Yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah. It takes you
Like-
so long to just, yeah, exactly.
half a story for you, Paul. You can probably drop maybe 3 jokes or whatever.
Oh, God, yeah,
Like Jesus.
yeah.
Speaking of jokes, man, you guys ready for bits that bite?
Sure.
Are we ready?
I'm not ready, but I could grab my book here.
All right. It is time for Bits That Bite. So this is a segment where we each perform, present, talk about a joke or a bit that we have written but never performed on stage yet. And sometimes it leads to a real bit or joke that gets performed on stage later, or sometimes it just stays in the notebook forever. So anyway, who wants to perform first?
I'm still trying to find one. I didn't. I was sort of handcuffed by this. So, Jordan,
All right,
you go.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm gonna say I didn't come prepared.
Well, I can start if you want.
I'll do it. And then you go, Dave. I just want to get it off my chest. So yeah, you guys hear that penises can now be surgically removed and put on another human being, and you get a penis donor. Did you guys hear about that?
I didn't hear about it.
Absolutely. I've lived through it. Yeah.
You lived through? Okay, yeah. So I thought it'd be shocking. You know, you end up in a tragic accident or whatever, and you wake up, and me, as obviously a black man, look down and see a white man's penis. You know, then I have to tell everybody that I beat the black off my own dick. Like,
UNOM, baby.
yeah.
I like that, man. I like that because it kind of goes in hand with your your
Beat the black off me. The
yeah,
UNO, yeah. So yeah, it's a work in progress, but yeah, it's blending in other jokes.
Ah, well, there you go. Now you can do. You've got 2 body parts now that you can talk about.
Yeah.
I like it, man. It's funny.
It's pretty good.
All right, I'll go next. This came out of the idea of, I mean, every time I look at Twitter or go on TV, I see somebody striking. There's like strikes, protests all over the place, all over the world. So it got me thinking about hunger strikes. And I've written a lot about it, but really the concept is if you're going to strike, the idea is to make whoever you're striking against uncomfortable or make them, make it painful for them. But a hunger strike is when you refuse to eat, and so you put yourself through misery. And if somebody was going on a hunger strike against me, I would be like, "You're not going to eat for like 70 days? Okay, have fun." And then I wrote that the best strategy for hunger strikes is to drink water, so you can go longer without eating, so you can experience more double vision, more severe vertigo, and more internal bleeding. I mean, obviously it's not polished, but
None of these are polished. Like none of these are supposed to be funny. Wait till you hear what I gotta say.
well,
Like,
I got a
these are
couple more. I got a couple more. And you ever notice that like when someone goes on a hunger strike, it's only one person? Like you ever see a big group of hunger strikers? No way. It's always one idiot. The rest are like, fuck that. I got a plate of chicken wings coming. Yeah, that's not very polished, but anyway, that's the whole concept. The whole idea is to go down that road and make fun of hunger strikers.
I think hunger strikes are as hurtful to somebody as if somebody's wife is withholding sex but is flicking a bean in front of them.
Yeah. Or it's like if you go on a hunger strike and it's successful, how do you celebrate? Like ice chips for everybody.
Yeah,
What do you do?
that's actually kind of funny. Like, like an all-you-can-eat buffet and a hunger strike. You know?
Well, I also before you go, Paul, one of the most famous hunger strikes in Canada was a woman, Teresa Spence. She went on a hunger strike because she wanted a meeting with then Prime Minister Stephen Harper. And God, I hope it wasn't a breakfast meeting.
Why? I don't get it.
She wanted a meeting with Stephen Harper.
Okay.
So she went on a hunger strike until she got that meeting.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, okay, let's meet at the Chinese buffet. Anyway.
Okay.
With this economy, we're all going to be on a hunger strike. Oh, but
Oh. All right, Paul, over to you, man.
My one that I swear, like, honestly, God, I found this funny, so I wrote it down. It's not going to be funny if I say it out loud here because I haven't worked on it, but it's about like walkie-talkies and how I'm pretty sure a 6-year-old named that fucking named the walkie-talkies like walkie-talkie. Like it's like calling an oven a foodie cookie, you know? Like, I can put my food in the foodie cookie, and then when it's done, I'll put it on my foodie holdy. I'll grab my foodie cutty and my foodie stabby, and you know what I mean? Like a walkie-talkie. I just think for some reason walkie-talkie is a funny.
Brian Regan actually does a bit on the walkie-talkie.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. And he
like
goes,
what I said though, like how a kid probably invented it.
No, he did not that a kid invented it, but he goes, it's a funny name, like I walkie, I talkie.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, like
it's a military thing, right?
That's hilarious. That in itself is funny. How many times you think of something, you think of a joke, or you think of like one sec, Jordan, that those 5 businesses that I wanted to start, like
yeah.
Hose and Ukraine, and I was like. The one business where I a portable bathroom where I come and bring you a bathroom, and I was like, pooper. That's hilarious, pooper. But I was watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and they had that idea, and I was like,
no,
did I psychosomatically think of that, like have that in my mind, and come up with that idea because of that, or was it something that I naturally birthed in my head, like, because that does happen a lot. I'm sure it's happened to you too a lot.
It does.
We've talked about this before. Like, it's like, oh my god, it's either an eerily similar joke or it's almost bang on. You know what I mean? Yep. So it is funny. If Brian Regan thought of that, like walkie-talkie, I walkie and I talkie, and I did too. I've never watched any Brian Regan's stuff. I've only seen him on Loudermilk, but. That makes me happy when I, making.
Well, he finishes the bit with like, I've got my whammy kablammy, for a gun. It's a whammy kablammy.
There you go. Fuck
yeah, it's funny.
There you go. Anyway.
All right, no, that's good, man.
I was just gonna say how Paul was saying, like subconsciously, sometimes you come up with like the same topic or the same joke. There's 3 comics in Ottawa with all different backgrounds, okay, and they use their ethnic background voice. And talk like that for a solid minute or so, and then they go, and if you thought, and I'm like, and I'm like, okay, it's all the it's the same thing.
Yes.
And I don't think I know 2 of them know, and they kind of play on each other on that, but I think one doesn't know that's actually it's being done a lot.
I think Adam does it, doesn't he? Adam.
Yes.
Adam,
and Buddy we had there on Saturday.
Yeah. And Kai, who was at.
He was. I liked his. Fuck. What was his? He made a good joke about. Anyway, he was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. Yeah, I like Kai. He's funny. Yeah. All right. With that said, it is time for. All right. Big finish.
Big
all right.
Guys, come on, act your damn age.
Let's do it one more time. The intro again. Here we go. Final thoughts. We got to dance. I pulled it off early. Jordan, I caught you in a UNOM moment. All right, final thoughts.
I happen to like that song, so pull
it. Well, I will perform it for you next time I see you in person. Which who the hell knows that'll be, unless you're in Victoria over the next 30 days.
Hey, speaking of pre-final thoughts, how many subscribers do we have yet? 52?
57.
Oh my lordy beans. We're moving up, hey?
Yep.
57.
That's awesome.
We're getting there, man. All right, final thoughts. Let's start with
me.
I'm pointing to both of you.
I think you're pointing at me.
All right, let's start with you, Paul.
Final thoughts. They're disappointed that we didn't get to have the guest on that we were supposed to have, but who knows? It might happen in the future. My guess is it won't. I knew that was going to happen deep down in my gut. We're having a good run here. We always say that, but it's true. We're having fun. A little late for us to be performing or doing this. The podcast. What is it? 8:30 right now? 8:40.
That's my bedtime.
8:36 p.m.
Jeez Louise. Yeah. As for me, I've got Zach just put me in the Meow That's Hot competition. Can't wait to fucking crash and burn out of that one. Okay?
Let's go,
wait
man.
to crash and burn out of that.
Meow That's Hot competition.
Yeah, well, you know what?
man.
Good for him. You know what? Everybody else is having a competition, and so is he. Al Babcock. I haven't heard from him on that one in Gananoque. So I'm gonna have to reach out to him. The three of us, the Six Nuts guys, all have a show on the 25th coming up.
Do we got posters coming soon?
She messaged me today, and I said we're a go because she's gonna start advertising. So she's gonna be
Awesome.
moving
Can't
ahead
wait.
on that. I think I'm gonna try to go see her tomorrow, just to get a rundown of the of the stage and all that stuff. So there's that coming. So a couple shows here, a couple shows there. See him if you want. I don't care.
Yes, I love that attitude, man. Love it. It's like,
As I
putting
give
on
you
a show.
my 6 chins.
Yes. Hey, we should go.
Yeah. Let's all do it.
I think I got you all. You
Kind
guys.
of hurts.
Oh my God, I'm
But,
cramping up.
no, you
Actually.
know what? That's what I'm saying. We go through these lulls. You're not performing. You're wondering when you're going to perform. What's going to happen? And I found out today I got a show on Thursday. Then we got a show on the 20th or so. I'm going to see Nate Bargatze on the 10th. This Saturday. That
Nice.
I'm pretty pumped up about. And Jerry D as well. But other than that, boys, let's make love.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be the best 40 seconds of your life, man. Jordan Angus, your final thoughts for tonight.
I miss you guys, man. I miss you guys. I'm gonna miss you guys for the next until we see each other on the 25th, because we won't be recording one for a little while. Which means I'm gonna have to do this with my therapist, and I don't know how much they're gonna appreciate me popping up with a beer. So yeah.
Yeah, I bet his intros are fucking shit.
Yeah, I have to do it for him. And I'm like, no, this is the whole my beer part. How does that make you feel? Well, I'll show you. But yeah, I'm going to take it easy for a little while because I'm kind of burnt out and tired. I'm excited to do the show on the 25th. Every Thursday, it's the Mill Tavern. I'll have some more news, but I need some rest. I'm burnt, tired.
You deserve it.
You've been
Thanks,
running
man.
hard, man. Running
you
hard,
deserve
producing
your
a lot of
rest.
shows.
You have been going like a dog with 2 dicks. So
Yes.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yep.
My final thought, August 25th, looking forward to that show. Another vacation coming up, leaving.
where is it at again, Dave?
Friday, leaving for Victoria. Back on the 18th. I'm like, I love vacation, but I'm really sick of it, to be honest with you, man. I'm so tired of vacation. Like, I just want to get back into doing comedy, but it's like I was saying earlier, man, you get into a different headspace, and it's not a comedy headspace. It's like, okay, I think I want to get a divorce at this point, but I love my wife. I love her dearly, and I love my son.
Okay.
So I'm going to get drunk the whole trip, and we'll see you guys on the 25th.
Yeah, good.
All right.
can,
So great way to end, eh?
Yeah,
I'm
real good.
gonna give you a referral
Thank
to a
God
guy.
she doesn't watch, eh?
Hi, man. No, but seriously, this has been fun. I needed this. Yeah. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Paul. Yeah. Thanks, Paul, for that show on the 25th.
You got it. Of course.
All our
I can't think of 2 other people who are more deserving of it.
Well, I appreciate that. And thank you to Bangladesh. And we will see you all next time. And new WWE champion,